Welcome to As Above.
So below.
I am Kisha Lee, the Psychic Yogi.
And I'm Cidnee Rich, and this is the Capricorn full moon, the second Capricorn full moon. So it is a blue moon. That is the name. That is what it's called. So when we have the two full moons in the same sign, that's considered a blue moon, as well as two blue moons in a month. So that's also a blue moon. So there is a name for it. It is blue moon. If you guys caught Astro Reiki. And it's also the thunder moon. Exactly. It's the thunder moon and also called the buck moon. So obviously it's been thunderstorming like every single day. So that syncs up. And buck moon, the deer are out and about, and I've been driving extra careful on the way home through the mountain this month. So that also, I saw a deer last night on my way home. So that also aligns with this energy. Thank you, Native Americans, for using nature to guide us, show us the way. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of guide, Capricorn, it is our guide. It is Capricorn cardinal energy. And we are taking the lead in our lives in ways that are motherly, as we've spoken about with this Cancerian energy and this Capricorn energy. We are making sure that we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. We are where we're supposed to be to get to where we're trying to go. All right. I'm going to work with this metaphor that I just spoke with Kisha about. It's like a baby bird. Okay. We're the bird. And we've been in the nest for the past 6 months, right? Our mom, quote unquote, right? The universe, God source, has been building this nest, nurturing us, nurturing our ideas, nurturing our healing, nurturing our bodies, getting us prepared, right? So the nest is kind of like been created by Mother Earth, Mother Universe, the divine. And we've just been this little bird, just knowing one day we're going to be ready to go and on our way and get to where we're trying to go, right? And I say 6 months because as usual, you can use the moon cycles in like time periods, right? To kind of give yourself a little check-in. So Capricorn season, we're having a check-in right now with these Capricorn moons that we've had. So beginning of the year, now we're here. End of last year, we're here. We're having a little check-in. Are we ready to leave the nest, right? Are we ready to continue on our journey towards whatever it is that we're manifesting, whatever goals that we have, right? Capricorn energy is very ambitious. It is very goal-oriented. It is very, I want these things so I can create the life that's going to make me proud and make me feel like I've accomplished things and I'm on top of things. And, it's that type of energy. So are we doing the work? Have we been doing the work? And it could feel like with these two moons, we've gotten a moment to really figure out and make adjustments, right? Between the first full moon in the beginning of Cancer season and this last full moon. So I won't get into the weeds, but this full moon is at the 29th degree of Capricorn, which means literally in an hour or so, it will move into Aquarius. It's at the very last degree of Capricorn. So degrees work like, you can think about college, getting a degree. The higher you get in the number, the more you have experience or the more information you've gained or learned through that sign's energy. So Capricorn, like I said, is about our goals, our ambition, our legacy, what we're creating for ourselves, that stability that we create in our environment through nurturing something. And that 29th degree is literally that mama bird universe kicking us out of the nest. It's like, okay, you're ready. So we're at the end of that. And so we're ready to start this new adventure, right? We're going into Aquarius, like an Aquarius moon is next. So we're going forward towards the future, towards where we're going. And this cardinal Capricorn energy is making sure we're checking our lists, right? We're checking it twice. We're Santa Claus in this bitch, okay? So it's this double. We had the first, now we have the second. And so it's an overemphasis on whatever has come up for you between these two moons. So you'll know how that resonates with you specifically. Definitely check out your chart and see where you have Capricorn in your chart, where you have Saturn in your chart, as Saturn is Capricorn's ruler. And coincidentally, it is also the original ruler of Aquarius. So that future-oriented energy is shown in, and the structure of our lives, how we are approaching what it is that we are wanting to have, how we are setting that up for ourselves, is that Saturnian energy. And then also check out where Cancer is in your chart, because that is the stage, so to speak, where all this has kind of been playing out in a sense. Okay. So that can help you understand, if you aren't already like, oh, this is what I've been focused on, where it can kind of give you a little flashlight to, oh, this is the part of your life that might be being affected by these double moons and this Cancer energy. So we can be ready to go into Leo energy, but we'll see, that's on Tuesday. But yeah, so we've been in this nest. So it's like the home, our earth, our support. We've been learning here. We've been getting taught things, like rearing, right, has been going on. And we've been learning some lessons, individually and as a collective. We've been learning lessons about the structure of our lives and how we've been approaching things. And sometimes, and a lot of times in this moment, we've realized this doesn't work anymore. Something needs to change, or this works really well and we need to like double down on that. So that's more, I feel, of an individual thing. Like, this has really helped me these last 6 months to stay on top of my goals. I'm going to continue doing that. Or even just that idea of recommitting to those goals. It has a lot to do with this Capricorn moon, because that's what I think of when I think of the 29th degree. You're about to leave, so you're like recommitting to what it is that you've been working towards. Like, yes, this is what I want. And also recommitting to certain standards surrounding what it is that you want or want to have. And because sometimes we can get a little lax, right? We can be like, okay, like we'll let that slide. But this moon's like, do you really want to let that slide? Because it will affect the overall output that you're trying to like manifest. And that is a hard thing to like swallow. That's why Capricorn energy is tough, because it wants you to do things in a way that is beneficial to you in the long term. And that can be that tough love. Like, that's not working, so stop doing that. Or you need to do this more, and you need to, so get it together. So that's like the vibe I feel for this moon. And it's also giving us a really cool, so we got kicked out of the nest, right? And so the next 6 months until we get to Capricorn season at the end of December, and that new Cancer moon with that, that new Capricorn moon and the Cancer full moon, now we're in like execution phase, right? Now we're in that like worker energy of Capricorn, where we're showing up, we're being consistent because we recommitted. So we're doubling down and we know what it is that we need to do to get things done, or what isn't working. And so now we're in this like full on, like show up, show up, show up. And I genuinely feel, because we've been so supported over these last 6 months, even if that support doesn't feel like support at the time, the universe is always has our back. When we retrospectively see things, we're like, yep, that was supposed to happen that way. And that's always happening around us. So that's the other recommitment to trusting the universe, trusting the divine, knowing that even if we don't see those results in our hands, this Capricorn energy is a reminder that when we do get to tangibly have what we want, it is going to be useful to us forever and ever and ever, right? Capricorn energy, the mantra is I use. And so it's like we're building something that we can actually use in our lives moving forward, that can really help us have that comfort and stability that we are striving for. So Yeah, that I just wrote down looking at my notes. Commitment, longevity, legacy. Yeah, I touched on all those. So I like this moon. It feels a little, like I told Kisha, I feel like we'll be able to draw like a line in the sand in our 2024 with this moon. Obviously, collectively, we had big news today. So that's pretty aligned. That's crazy. Astrology has been on point low key with this presidential stuff. If you look at it, it's crazy. But I think individually we'll also be able to look back to this day and be like, yup, that full moon really helped me recommit to my values, what I care about, what I want to have, and what's going to be useful to me in the future, in the future self that I'm becoming. So we love to see it. Yesterday, I pulled literally the full moon in Capricorn oracle message. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So that's a little bit of a happy energy for us. And let's see what the tarot has to say for the collective. This cardinal, thunder, buck, full moon. What is our message? Ooh, we got Cancer energy at the bottom, but also that Capricorn energy of the nurturer, but it's coming through in a soul type of way. And Capricorn gets that rap of not having that softness. It doesn't, you don't think of Capricorn energy and think of, oh wow, that person's so soft and emotional and loving. But it is, it's just that tough, quote unquote, way of expressing that love. So I love that's our base energy. We're coming from a space of love. When that bird kicks that baby bird, the mama bird kicks the baby bird out of the nest, all in love. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get you where you're trying to go, my guy. And we have the Page of Pentacles. We're on a new journey. So like I said, this is like a line in the sand, and the next part of this year until Capricorn season is this new journey. We're learning who we are, what we're becoming, and to commit to that day after day, right? Consistency. The Page of Pentacles shows up every day and studies so they can ace that test when the time comes. Queen of Swords, making a decision, being decisive. The full moon, it is a culmination energy. So it's cutting some things, releasing some things, being honest with yourself, what's working, what's not. And so it's a very decisive energy so that you're moving forward with that Page of Pentacles on the right road with the right people, the right support, the right ideas, the right mindset. And lastly, the Seven of Pentacles. So this energy is so Capricorn in the sense of like, it's a little boring. Okay. Seven of Pentacles is like, I am waiting and looking every day to see if my plant sprouted a new leaf and it still hasn't. And then I'm like, ugh. And that's that Capricorn energy. It takes time. But when it does sprout that leaf's not going anywhere. It's the healthiest, strongest leaf that you've ever seen, but it takes time. And so that's a reminder for the collective that all that nurturing and all that love that we're giving to ourselves, we have to continue to decide to commit to our heart, commit to our dreams, commit to who we want to be and where we want to go, and know that it's still at the beginning stages of this journey. So if we're not necessarily seeing those results just yet, it's not a time to feel like a failure, but it's a time to double down.
Press on mute. Yeah, so I don't know why, but every time I hear the full buck moon, I just think of Nuck If You Buck. And I don't know, I normally don't have like songs like that come to me around like a full moon. Like songs will come to me as an omen, as a sign or a synchronicity in some way. But for some reason, every time I've seen full buck moon in Capricorn, that's just what I've been thinking. And to me, it plays into that cardinal energy of, being able to stand on business and to stand grounded and firm in what it is that you believe, and also what it is that creates a sense of emotional fulfillment, right? For me, this full buck moon in Capricorn, um, it is about emotional fulfillment and taking the reins of self leadership and really looking at what is no longer serving you, what needs to be um, like what is dead, what is it that's draining, what are you pouring into, entertaining, engaging with, that just doesn't really bring any sense of emotional fulfillment any longer, those situations, those power dynamics, things like that, that just don't really serve you anymore. And being able to take the illumination of this Capricorn full moon and give yourself permission to move on, to outgrow. Okay. Because when you bring the energy of earth, like Capricorn, Mother Earth energy, and the watery essence of Cancer, it's about finding that perfect balance between how much you should nurture something and what you should starve and let go of, and really focus on what needs to grow. And so, in the focus group that I've been facilitating the last few weeks, that is something that we focus on through the last few weeks as well as today. And it's like, okay, what are we truly cultivating right now? What is it that needs to be uprooted, composted, so that we can actually create the space, right, for more fertility in the things that we want to blossom and to bloom, and having the structures that are needed. That would be Capricorn energy. That the structures, maybe refining any skill sets that can help us to step into a place where we feel better about ourselves. We feel more adequate. We feel more accomplished. We feel like we have the worthiness to be there, right? We have the wherewithal, the resources, and also the support, being able to create the support that we need in order to bring these ideas, these dreams, these goals that we're working on, especially ones that are long term, bring those into fruition, bring them into manifestation, and really, like Cindy was saying, doubling down on the things and recommitting to the things that bring us a sense of emotional fulfillment. A lot of times when we think of emotions, we think of what needs to be healed, we think of trauma. We have buzzwords like, nervous system regulation. There's, breath work. We think of inner child work, shadow work, and all those things. And so sometimes when it comes down to navigating the realm of our emotions, it can be heavy, right? Earth energy is heavy. Water can be drowning and heavy as well. But when we take the cardinal aspects of Cancerian energy as well as Capricorn energy and say, I'm choosing to take self leadership in these areas of my life that no longer emotionally serve me or bring me fulfillment, then that is where we're able to actually turn that resource part of ourselves to the part that has been disempowered, the part that has been traumatized, the part that does need to be acknowledged and tended to and cared for, and use those resources of the experiences that we have had in pleasure, in joy, in happiness, in fulfillment, in magic, and bringing, things into fruition that we have experienced, and using that as a tool, a catalyst to propel us forward, right, on a path of growth instead of being fixated on the things that are no longer working, and always in this continuous cycle of I need to heal, I need to heal, I need to heal before I do this, I need to heal before I do that. Yes, in some circumstances that is valid, but at the same time, if you believe that you're a infinite being having a human experience, you also have to remember that you're a human being having a spiritual experience. And so with that being said, there's always going to be something to need healing or tending to, right? However, you don't want to push yourself to a threshold that is debilitating, and that depletes you and that doesn't nourish you in the ways that really help you to feel better about yourself. You also need to with Cancer being about feelings and emotions, comfort, and being at home with oneself. And then Capricorn being also about self-worth and esteem and accomplishments. Give yourself permission to also experience the joy and the pleasure of emotional fulfillment. What are the things that you really desire? What is it that you have been working towards? And just checking in with the emotions that you have around that so that you can let go of the ones that are of disservice, right? And really focus and hone in on the ones that can help you to feel better, look better, do better long term. Okay, because Capricorn energy is all about like long term, wealth accumulation and legacy, right? And being able to have those that long-term structure in place that helps to contain you and helps to support you, creates a strong foundation for your up level, for your success, right? That you can stand firmly rooted in and allow yourself to really reach for the stars and reach towards the heavens and be able to receive that which you truly desire, to meet those needs that you have, not only on a spiritual level but a mental, emotional, and physical levels as well. Yeah, I think that's what I got. that just was channeled out, and that's where that is going. Is there anything else the collective needs to know? Okay, so this is what just came up, is moving from, if you're like me, the people that I follow and just, a lot of body workers and healers and things like that, the term nervous system regulation has been very prominent. And the reason why I think I bring that up is because of someone who teaches anatomy and physiology, and knowing the nervous system, how it works. It's not just one system, they all work together. And the nervous system works very closely, not only with all the body systems, obviously, but with the endocrine system. So together it's called the neuroendocrine system, which is your hormones, right? And a lot of times when we talk about, like I was talking about earlier about emotional fulfillment and healing and things like that. And so we kind of get caught in this healing spiral, which actually causes our nervous system to be more stressed, because we don't realize that low key, since we don't feel good enough, we don't feel qualified enough, we don't feel adequate enough, we don't feel like we're doing something right, we might be in imposter syndrome and mimicking things that we feel is it or whatever will bring us that emotional fulfillment. We don't realize that we're actually creating nervous system dysregulation, right? Because we're always seeking something to heal or to fix instead of allowing ourselves just to be. And so the collective message that has come to me is, instead of focusing on nervous system regulation and getting out of fight or flight, we don't realize that the fight or flight aspect of our nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, we actually use that in times of getting out of places where there may be chaos, so that we can feel safe, right? We also activate our sympathetic nervous system when we play sports, when we are doing certain types of breath work, when you do a strenuous exercise. Those are all things that are good for you, but they also activate your sympathetic nervous system, right, which is known for fight or flight. So I would like for the collective to start shifting not only into a space of always trying to regulate your nervous system and stay calm, but emotional regulation. Okay, learning how to emotionally regulate yourself, having emotional and social intelligence. That is what's actually going to help you embody more of the dynamic benefits that come from the sympathetic as well as the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest versus the fight or flight, having the two actually come together in balance and wholeness and harmony so that you actually do feel more emotionally fulfilled in a way that allows you to be present, allows you to stay mindful of what you engage in, stay committed to your process and the things that you are working towards and manifesting, especially long term. And so I think, like I said, the collective message is shifting that nervous system regulation talk to emotional regulation. And to me, that's very Cancer season, Capricorn full moon. You got emotional and regulation. Okay, so putting those two together, I think, is a more evolved way of embodying yourself and your awareness of yourself. So
That's so cool. That's literally what you just said, the tarot message. The Queen of Swords crossed by the Queen of Cups is emotional regulation. As we start that new journey.
right.
Okay, love that. Beautiful. You see how those things just come together? We love to see it. Okay. Beautiful. We're about to get into meditation. Follow us on Patreon and you can get access to that. We will see you soon for Leo season. Ooh, ooh. Kisha thinks it's going to be dramatic, and I'm ready for the drama, baby. So let's see what the vibes are. Hang out with us on Tuesday and we'll be back. Like, share, comment, do all those vibes. See ya.